Om Shanti. Practice being in the stage of soul consciousness. Become introverted, constantly intoxicated in aloukik intoxication. Be introverted, and with the practice of churning this knowledge, remain constantly intoxicated in aloukik intoxication. Then none of the problems of this world will attract you. Just as military people go underground in order to save themselves from the impacts of bombs, etc., in the same way, when you practice being introverted and underground in your soul conscious stage, the things of extroversion will not disturb you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 8. Practice being in the stage of soul consciousness. Become introverted. Today's topic: constantly intoxicated in aloukik intoxication. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Is everyone okay? Yes, doing well. Mm. When there is intoxication, there is cheerfulness, right? And lot of enthusiasm. Our face, our enthusiasm should be such that everyone feels happy, fresh, belonging, all these experiences which all the souls are seeking these days. I think I did mention yesterday, but again, I say that for spiritual journey, to be free from obstacles, follow Srimad. I cannot say I'm doing it because this one said, that one said, or I have to listen to this one. Of course. But what is my personal life? Mhm. And that life has to be based on Srimad. I am doing everything according to Srimad. And to do the service, to run the organization as a center or something, Baba has certain guidelines. We do everything, or to offer bhog, about Murli, timings of Murli, whatever it is. There are proper guidelines for all Baba's sacred spaces. Then there is no problem, there is no obstacles actually. But if our dharana is based on Srimad, and we take care of whatever service place I am instrument for based on Baba's guidelines. Especially these days, there are so many influences. We try our best not to listen to anything or pay attention, but internally, wherever we are, just create very loveful, full of intoxication, aloukik intoxication. And everyone remained happy, joyful. That's really the environment which is required at Baba's every sacred space. There has to be joy, there has to be happiness. Even there has to be good yoga and silence, but it shouldn't become heavy. Sometimes there is silence, but you can't uh, take that silence because sometimes in that silence uh, there is no experience. So happiness, joy, including of course silence is important. And Baba is calling it constantly intoxicated and aloukik intoxication. Be introverted and with the practice of churning this knowledge. Remain constantly intoxicated in aloukik intoxication, then none of the problems of this world will attract you. Mhm. We just had regional meeting, so there was lot fear of coming here. This could happen, but everyone was sharing. We were three, and we showed Peace Village flyer. How many of you are there? He said three, go. So not even those who came from Canada, they didn't ask anything. Everyone had uh, that we going to this retreat, we going to Peace Village. So this whole internally, the thought this could happen, that could happen. We don't know what's going to happen. That was no, because we listened so much, and our thoughts, our fears, our what could happen, all these thoughts come. But what Baba is saying that if so, Baba says remain constantly intoxicated in aloukik intoxication, then none of the problems of this world will attract you. Just as military people go underground in order to save themselves. During bunkers and trenches and even for presidents, when there is any kind of attack, president will also go underground. So, so the impact of the bombs, etc. In the same way, when you practice being introverted and underground in your soul conscious stage, and during partition of the country, Baba told everyone they had to do normal activity because if they were 300 some souls, so they have to cook, they have to eat, they have to. That Baba said, no, soul consciousness, bodiless, and no one can look at you with any bad eye or with anger. So everyone very, very sincerely try to be in that stage. So that's what Baba calling underground in your soul conscious stage. What is underground? The things of extroversion will not disturb you. According to drama, whatever I need, drama will want you to do that. If I have someone, two, three with me, and everyone has different sanskar, right? But what I have to do? I need to use that power. That's why I have someone with that sanskar. Right? So it's like drama making us perfect, helping us to use all the powers. Right? And I used to say Dadi Prakash Mani, some was like keep correcting her, and some of us were sitting and we didn't like it because Dadi is our, you know, lovely Dadi. So Dadi, when it finished, we asked Dadi, Dadi, were you not affected? She said, no, I was checking my powers. I was checking if my powers are working, which one not working. And I remember that so much that anything happens, I immediately said, am I checking power to adjust? Am I checking power to withdraw? Am I checking power to tolerate? If we don't check now, how will we become the goddess with the 8 arms? It's only now. So drama, variety of souls, and Baba's task and being together, mm, and a lovely record of sweetness and love. And that is why I think this question has become very popular. Love, mercy, forgiveness, and good wishes. Today I had a class with Bharatvasi teachers. Thousands of them were there. And this question was asked, what first? Okay, if I cannot love someone, let me have mercy. And mercy is that forgive the soul. And if I have forgiven, then I have good wishes. And it works, right? The very beautiful session in regional meeting was power of love. And I know Brother Eric will be with us soon. And he was sharing. And I also say that since Brother Eric has taken the role of NC, National Coordinator in Canada, there were few things which, and he with lot of love went to everyone, talked to everyone so lovingly. Mm. And he tell them, don't go to Sister Mohini for little things. I will help. And then he shared very good experience of, he took about 17, 18 retired leaders from Quebec to Madhuban for call of time. Mm. And what was noticed that he was given that opportunity was that he is always loveful. He tried to resolve everything with lot of love. So there is no tension. I never, whenever I used to go for program, I never saw him in tension. Always easy. Yes, it will happen. And now Canada is preparing for Shivani because she's going everywhere, right? So anyway, power of love. Love has big power. Okay. So have intoxication, go underground in soul consciousness, be introverted. Mhm. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, dear Mohini Didi. What can I say now?
Om Shanti.
Wow. I'm
No, but
back in the Zoom.
no, that session, Power of Love, was very interesting. I really loved it. And the
Yeah.
way making it light but practical. Mhm.
Mhm. Thank you. So I was looking for special flowers for you today, and my balcony is blooming. So I thought I brought you a little sample of all the flowers that are blooming in the balcony.
Wow.
And So there's jasmine, but there's plenty of other flowers, and they're very, very, very nice. So, but with all the blessing you're giving me all the time and the praise, I should have brought you the whole balcony with all the flowers.
No, I am thinking that there is something definitely special there, no? That so many flowers blossom. We have also lot, but in
Mm,
balcony to have all these flowers,
yeah, blooming. Well, I tell them if you want to be in Avyakti Parivar, come up, do something, and they get excited.
They are beautiful, really beautiful colors and
Uh,
everything. Yeah. Mhm.
you were talking about the custom agents at the border, and when I came to the French retreat, the custom agent, the American custom agent, was very, very funny, actually, very nice. And there was no one at the border. Like the numbers have dropped a lot. So very, very few people crossed the border to the States. So there was no car and we're just there. And so when he asked me, why are you coming to the States? I said, well, we come for a meditation retreat. And he told me, why do you come here to meditate? Must be more peaceful in Canada. You should meditate on your side. I said, no, we need to come and see our friends in the States. That was the time when there was a lot of challenging moment with Canada. And this time on the way back from USA, the Canadian travel agent was very, very friendly and very funny. I said, "You so what did you do?" And we said, "Well, we went to meditate and beautiful retreat." Oh, you went to meditate. So he said, "Do you use cannabis to float like this?" And no, we don't need to use anything like this. And they were very funny. They were very entertaining. So yeah, we can cross the border easily now. That's good.
Mm.
So I was thinking tonight to ask you kind of a question for every subject, Gyan, yoga, dharana, and service. So different things that I have in mind, and they're connecting very well with even Mama's ideas on soul consciousness. So on the yoga theme, if I'm thinking about, soul consciousness, mostly yoga with the self, I was thinking, how do you see it? And it is fascinating that after so many decades, we can still churn on really what is soul consciousness and how to make soul consciousness more natural, more constant. And I was wondering for you, is soul consciousness like a switch on off, or is it like a dimmer? Are there degrees in soul consciousness, different levels in soul consciousness, or is it you're soul conscious or you're body conscious, one or the other? Because sometimes we talk about being detached, being bodiless, and being incorporeal. Are these different levels of soul consciousness, or soul consciousness for you is one or the other? And how do you know how soul conscious you are? So this is first idea on yoga.
See, I think how do we, what kind, soul consciousness, but when I'm sitting and in soul consciousness, I want to be with Baba, right? Baba is Supreme Soul and I'm in soul consciousness. One is when I'm doing karma yoga, I'm with the souls, so soul consciousness. So different timings, different needs of soul consciousness. That's where if you are with the souls, are you in soul consciousness? And if you are, then love, peace, your qualities will emerge.
But
So,
during the day when you're interacting with us,
yeah, that
do
is
you
all.
check am I very soul conscious a little bit, or is it like this?
See, one is like I consider myself as a soul, other is to look others as the
Mm.
soul. So when I'm talking to a soul, how will I talk? What will be my attitude? And what I noticed during this retreat in USA and regional that everyone wants to feel love and belonging. Everyone. That's all. Even yesterday someone said. So I said, so I think in relationship soul consciousness, with God's soul consciousness, while doing karma yoga, soul consciousness. So it's not only level, but need of different timings for the soul consciousness. So I pay attention to, like just be as I'm talking to a soul, I'm listening to a soul. I had to meet almost every group I met, every individual who was on the list I met. Not a, I think, single soul, maybe two brothers from one country. I couldn't make it. They had to leave. So I think that soul consciousness in practical life, you know, and yeah, I do feel that I'm much better in the sense of more naturally soul consciousness, and I could listen, in the sense of not kind of seeing what should I interpret or how do should I respond, because I feel what a soul needs, what soul needs, you have to be that, right? Love or peace, or sometimes I find they need more power, like recognition, self-respect. So kind of, feeling that way, and use the soul consciousness in karma yoga, in relationships, in yoga with Baba, And, because I am, very connected with India, so the lot of news comes. Sometimes I am so much in, that Sakash has to be given, or it's many things, but so different, not levels, for different use of soul consciousness. That's what I do.
Mm. All right. You passed number one on the aspect of Gyan. On the aspect of Gyan, um, it's not that we have doubt, but sometimes some aspects of Gyan are a little bit complicated to make sense, and we may decide not to think about it, which is okay. But we also have to explain Gyan to people and sometimes to scientists or intellectuals. So, for example, it's a bit complicated, but we know that many, many souls came in the last 200 years, let's say, or 150 years. So 7 billion souls came recently. And Baba always says when the soul comes, it comes from the soul world. And normally it is at least subtle. And then it changes also, over 100 years, it will have a bit of golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age. But why is it that those souls who come, even very, very now, very recently, they don't have they don't have just happiness. When they come, they will still have sorrow. I mean, babies are crying, they are not happy. I don't know if somebody can have the first few years without sorrow. They have pain. And
Mm,
even when we think of the beginning of the Copper Age, all the souls who were from the Silver Age and they enter Copper Age, population is there. How can it be so much violence in the beginning of Copper
mm,
Age? What happened? The new souls cannot be crazy right away, right? They have to be a
mm,
bit of golden age, and deities cannot go crazy either right away. So
mm,
how come there was so much violence and slavery and Christ was on the cross? So
mm,
sometimes we don't understand how these souls, experience those four ages. So any
mm.
insight on that for you?
See, duration of Sato, Rajo, Tamo. Sato Pradhan, Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. Our duration is within 5,000 years, right? Their duration is very short, but this whole thing, during prophet souls, whatever they went through, slavery, you're saying, was very, very bad. And so it's like some souls, their duration is very, very short, especially these days. So as soon as they come, the baby is born. Even if the soul has come from above, there will be some purity, there will be some happiness, but duration is very little. They show kalpa tree, and every branch is shown with sato, rajo, tamo, and then tamo pradhan. And then what happens, because majority of the souls are unhappy, so that soul never really be happy because our surroundings, all others are not happy. So that atmosphere also makes them sad very quickly. So I think that, yeah, this slavery and all that, I remember I saw what kind of, all that was. And not only that, but like when Guru Nanak, one of the prophet, it was fifth one, came, and whatever he was teaching, the previous religion cannot accept it. And they were almost burying his two sons, and even he went through, like Christ went through, same as
Mm.
many prophets went through, all that. And that was more like to make them uh, settle, and become perfect. They had to settle this way. So there are many kinds of aspects, and so I always think in a way that, different things, whatever happened was because everyone was in that, like Kali Yuga. Now anyone, even a child, once a very little child within our family was born, and that child had so much fear, so I had to take care of child for 1 or 2 hours. Any little sound, this child was just immediately like out of fear. So how come, so much fear in a little child comes? And then I realized that how the atmosphere of fear, and of course the sanskars of the fear. So I think what is happening now is just sanskars of fear. But also this slavery part, I don't know how far it was real, especially time of Moses, and was horrible, no? If you, that's what
Hmm.
we have seen. But I don't know if all that happened to that intensity as they show, or, like when we listen about Mahabharat, Ramayana, battle between devil and deity, we know that it's not real, right? And the way it is read and believed that this is what happened between Raman and Lord Rama, and this is how Sita went in exile for 14 years, and but doesn't look real, right? So maybe sometimes certain themes have been taken, and written as a script, and some of the morals are, left there, that how did Krishna did, how did Rama did, and they were there, but the whole story, the way it is told, I think it is more like epic than real life story.
Mm.
That's what I feel. Why will in Silver Age Raman's Sita will be kidnapped, right? And he was so powerful, right? He know that if I leave and Lakshman leave, and then she will be kidnapped, and whole story about her in the kingdom of Ravan. And it's very interesting to know. And at confluence stage, we understand what exactly it means. No, Baba says Sita is the soul, and Maya has kidnapped Sita, and it. So we know now the spiritual significance of those stories. So it could be same with the, everyone. Yeah.
Mm. It's just that in the Copper Age, the writing became popular, and then so we know this from writing that there was some time. But you're right. I like the hint you're giving us on the atmosphere. The change of the atmosphere and the sanskar, but also maybe the new souls don't have necessarily 25% golden, 25 silver, 25 copper. So maybe they have a different percentage. So, but today In Gyan, you passed.
So
Gyan,
even if there is 25%, but it's very little, no?
yeah, it is. But out of, if they were to come for, let's say, 100 years, they should be happy up to their 25 anniversary. But it's never going to happen.
Right.
So it is interesting. Okay, pass on Gyan. Third topic about dharna. Connected to also the blessing about intoxication. What do you do to help someone in the dharna when they have intoxication, but ego gets mixed a little bit? And so they feel Baba is talking to them. Baba is telling them, oh, you should go and, talk to this person and whatever. And then
Yeah.
they're very intoxicated and very, good wishes and good feelings. But me, how do we look at it? Do we
Mm.
say something? Do we have to intervene? Is it wrong to see someone and to think, oh, there's ego mixed in their intoxication? So it is complicated because they have enthusiasm and they say, yeah, we should do this. Baba told me to do this. I say, yeah, but which Baba? You know.
Yeah, you are right, because recently one soul came to me, and is from India, and some or other his interest grew to give knowledge. But a lot of doctors, politicians, like good quality souls, he started giving yan. He was in India and he was given the opportunity to give talks in different field. He came back and he wanted to see me, and he shared, and I could know that his intoxication, but what he was able to do, he's so proud of that. And so one thing I did is I made him feel very comfortable and connected, so that I could help him when he goes completely out of, like, he wants to do service here, he wants to do this, and a lot of big projects. He was telling me, very good, very good. And then in the end, he said, but I need your blessings. And so he wanted to have a photograph with me. And he said, can you put your hand? I said, Baba's hand is everyone's head. But then still I put my hand on his shoulder. So what I realized, that whatever is happening to him, I have to help him. He will need help, So I just kind of said good wishes, make him okay, very good, very good. I didn't immediately say, but no, this is not right. It shouldn't have happened this way. Because I knew that he's kind of little bit also, um, he wanted to do and he got to do, but now he has that, what you say, ego gets mixed, you know. So, but if you give them respect, if you love them, make them feel belong, then you know that one day you can help them to come on the straight path. And that's what I did. And I know that, because if they have bhavna, like he has bhavna in me at this time, I should continue his bhavna, help him. And then I will be able to help him whenever I find what he is doing is not right. Because other people had been telling me that how can he do this, and this is USA, it can't be like this. Said, okay, hold on, we will take care properly. Yeah, so you are right, it does happen, but also our reaction. I never say anyone anything. Don't react, but be ready to guide that soul in a right way, so that
Mm,
his trust is there, right?
very good. So dharna, check. 10 out of 10. Congratulations. You passed your exam today very well. Okay. So one minute left for the fourth topic, but it's easy one. Service, it's a very easy one. So now connected to the question on Gyan, so this is tricky one. Knowing there's so many new souls on the planet, do you think we need to rethink how to give them what they need? Because what do they need? They need a drop, probably, no? They may need only a drop. So do we need to rethink how we serve these souls? compared to what Baba used to tell us in the 60s or 70s or 80s?
See, now whatever we are sharing with others is from our stage, right?
Mm,
So it could be through the mind, it could be through drishti, it could be just, being soul conscious or remember God. It's like very short, few words, but basically it has to be very powerful drishti with powerful, pure feelings, and then say few words, whatever. Like one time we were together with Adi Janki in Rio, and there were thousands of people. It was a big event there. Now Dadi is saying, and I am thinking now, let's see what she's going to talk. She starts chanting Om very loudly. Whole atmosphere was so much full. And then in the end, she said, Shanti, Om, Shanti. That's all she said. And I thought it's very clever for her because if she would have started giving talk, I don't know how many people would have understood. But the way she started saying Om, everyone was the vibrations were so powerful of Om Shanti, and that's all she did. So it depends on, if you have connected with Baba, Baba guides you, and whatever few words you could say. Like one place, I remember there was a big crowd, and so Dadi used to say three words, right? She said truth and truth and cleanliness and simplicity. And there were many people, even there were two leaders, political leaders. Oh, that's what is needed. That's what, only three words she. So sometimes we have to look at the crowd, and even two, three words could be enough, a good message for them. And I think it's accepted very well.
mm. I like that approach very much. So, service, you passed again. Congratulations. So you got 100 out of 100. Four subjects covered very nicely in time. Thank you, Mohini Didi.
So
And you passed very well.
how you got this thought to take exam? No?
I don't know. It's just I had few questions, so I thought I will go into those four subjects and uh, inspiration. Baba talked to me and he told me. So, but thank you, Mohini Didi, for your good wishes for me and then the praise and what you mentioned earlier, because I
No, but
remember when
this
you came to
topic,
Edmonton. Hmm.
this topic of love is power
It
is
is.
very good. We should take it the way you took it. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
we can do it with a Vyakti Parivar one time, give you half an hour. But I really felt that the way the examples, how did love was power, and that worked. And that's where you got many, many good chances for service because of they saw the way you do things is with love. So I think it's a very good for all of us because we sometimes give up and say, no, love doesn't work, right? But it does work. So, okay,
Mm.
this is
Thank you.
totally for you.
All right. I get
Flowers,
flowers and I get
yeah.
Toby.
It's really red color, purple. They're very nice. So
Yes, they're very
thank you.
beautiful.
Really beautiful. They must be special plants, no? Or maybe your
Yes.
vibration.
No, they're just well grown and bloomed and they go well together. So they're like a family bouquet.
That's true. That's
Thank
what
you.
you.
But I remember when you came to Edmonton and you told me at that time for the first time, oh, you're very good. You don't have any tension. I think you gave me such a blessing on that day. And you repeated it many times that it became my reality, that it helped me not to have tension. So
Mm.
I don't know if it was my specialty or if you made it my specialty, but I always thank you for mentioning that to me way from the beginning. And whenever I feel tense, I always remember, no, when he told me I'm not tensed, so I should not be tensed. So thank you for the blessing.
No,
You,
we,
Mohini Didi.
yeah. Okay.
Both works. All
Thank
right. Congratulations for answering beautifully today, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om
Om Shanti. Good
Shanti.
night, everyone.
Om Shanti. Eric bhai. So Didi
Yes.
said that you should take 1 hour session with Avyakti Parivar. Baba said what you do, you have to do now, right? So what about
Okay.
tomorrow?
Let's see. I have to.
Avyakti
Let's see
Parivar,
tomorrow.
are you all agree tomorrow? Yeah, wave your hand. Yeah, so we can
Mohini
do
Didi will be
tomorrow.
there tomorrow.
How about 6 to 7? It's okay.
67.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Okay, Haji.
So everyone listening, so 6 to 7 p.m. we all will have this session with Brother Eric, Power of Love. Please
You
be
agree, Mohini Didi?
blessed.
Is it okay with you, Mohini Ben?
Yeah, I think we could do it. Yeah, tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
We might have to tell everyone so they all
There are
can.
300 plus who are listening right now, so I'm sure everyone will get the message. So tomorrow,
Okay.
6 to 7. Okay. Thank
It's
you.
most needed at this time. You know, how God has given me love. My power is from God's love, and how I have to do that also.
Hmm.
But are good stories which you shared.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Eric, bhai, you also passed 100
All
out of
right.
100. Anti,
Haji,
anti
lesson.
subject.
Thank you, Mohini Didi. Thank you, Bhumi Ben.
Om Shanti.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.